Very good Tuesday morning to you and to you and to you and to you, to all y'all. It's the 25th, 1 month. It's 31 days now until Christmas Day. 30 days. You can shop at 31 days until the day that somebody's going to jump on down your roof and slide down your chimney. I hope my fire's not lit.
Not coming down mine.
Yeah, welcome to Live and Local Real Talk, where we will attempt to provide you with a little information, a lot of personal opinions that may or may not agree with you, and that's where y'all come into play, by the way. Our number is 910-333-0139, 910-333-0139. If you see things the way we do, or if you have another point of view, we encourage you to give us a call. This is a two-way show. Other than some facts that we present, which are honestly us telling you what we're reading on news sites, you'll note that I don't include social media sites in that, mainly because, well, coming from the legitimate world of legitimate journalism, I have every reason to distrust what some people call citizen journalists. So, getting the ball rolling this morning, we're missing one. I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Lee Barrels. Good morning.
And who are we missing? What's going on?
We're missing Chris.
Where's Chris?
He's on his way to Texas to watch the Dallas Cowboys.
Chris is out there.
Yes.
Right now, his plane should have taken off, right?
I was supposed to get the flight numbers from him so I could track them, especially coming back home Friday.
I think he said it's 7 o'clock our time, 6 o'clock wherever. No.
Well, I know he changed his tickets on Friday.
Yeah, but was he taking off at 6 a.m. today? I think
our
so.
time.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he's taking off our time. That's where he is our time, right?
That's right.
So he's already in the air. He's on a bird headed for Charlotte. Or what's he flying, Delta?
I have no clue.
You don't know?
I have no clue.
He's either going to Charlotte or Hot Atlanta, so he'll be there anytime now. So probably.
And then from there to Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Fort Worth.
Watch a football game on Thursday.
And then come back.
And then come back Friday.
Friday morning.
5 a.m. He changed his, and that's him calling right now. I need flight numbers.
From high up in the sky, we have the one, the only, Chris Marks. Hey.
He's still grounded.
Uh-oh.
No. Nothing bad. Lee. No. Lee, I'll get you those flight numbers for returning. But leaving in a little while from Jacksonville, it is American Airlines.
American. So you're going to Charlotte?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I would never go to Atlanta.
Not on American, you're probably not. But, if you're going to fly Delta, you're going to Atlanta.
Yeah. But wanted to say I miss y'all already. And, the numbers for Reach Across America have been wonderful. Worked on that last night.
I saw.
And I just want to say thank you again to our team for the support they've given throughout the last 2 years, and gonna miss you guys. But I'll call you. I'll call you from the big state, Texas. Everything's big out here over there.
From Texas, yeah. What time your touchdown in Texas?
Sometime 4 o'clock, either their time or our time. I've never figured out those things yet. But
if it says 4 o'clock on your ticket, it'll be 4 o'clock their time.
That's right.
Okay, so 4 o'clock their time, 5 o'clock our time.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So
you're going to be just hanging around Charlotte for how long?
An hour or two. That'll be plenty to do. I'll catch up.
No. Well, you're going to Charlotte. You're going to be, what time are you in Charlotte? It can't be too long from now.
Charlotte will be about 12 o'clock.
Oh, well, you got a long wait.
There you do.
At the airport? So you're at the airport now waiting for a flight to go to Charlotte?
Getting ready to, yes. getting ready to leave the hacienda, leave the ranch. And,
he's
you're
still at
still
home.
at home. I thought you were sitting on I thought really you were sitting
oh
on an
my goodness,
airplane.
no, Rayford, no.
Phew.
No. I'm saving that early trip for Friday.
Yeah, I gotcha. I said, good gracious, you gonna take you could drive from here to Charlotte that length of time.
We appreciate it. That's what I want. I want the return flight number
Yeah, we'll
so
get that.
I can track you.
All right.
So if something happens and you get delayed, I can get Rayford ready to do the booth.
Yeah. He's not going to be delayed.
If they can get us to Charlotte, everything will be safe because I've allotted enough time to drive back from Charlotte.
Well, I will get you to, we can count on that. Nothing else. I will go patch your telephone and I'll patch my phone into the PA system. You can do it by phone.
Yeah.
By proxy. Just trust us and say, go Cards.
Oh, it'll be go Cards the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to, I'm looking for a 10-point win by the Cards so far on my paper. Deciphering everything about Union Pines and Jacksonville, 10-point win. And I'm expecting at least 400 Cardinal fans, at least, to fill those stadiums with blankets and anything else they need to keep warm. Get out there and cheer them boys, cheerleaders, and bands.
And for those young folks that took to the field after the game last week, I'm going to strongly suggest, young gentlemen that you are, wear layers of clothing on your upper part of your body, because when you start stripping down, you're going to need something there because it can be cold, and you ain't going to like it when a cold skin hits that skin.
And Chris, just so you know, I got some new horns, and they are loud.
New horns?
Yes. Look, the dog started howling.
I'm looking. I don't see anything growing from your scalp. That's not the kind of horns?
No.
Oh, okay. Not Lady Devil.
And Robbie was getting some new cowbells, so we're going to make some noise.
I like the way you did that.
That's right.
I like it.
I may have to find another seat because I'm not sure I'll be able to stand that.
I may give the horns
noise
to my brother and sister-in-law behind me.
No.
They're loud.
Get Mrs. Kelso out there, and y'all can have a whole horn section.
I'll have to check with the class and see who else.
Wonder if they got room on the band section, the other end, that I can sit down there.
It probably won't be as loud as where we're going to be.
That's what I mean.
Yep. It's going to be loud.
All right, Chris. So you be safe.
Thank you. Best to Kathy.
All right. Have a good Thanksgiving. We'll talk before then.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk before then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
We want to know what it's like in Dallas tomorrow morning. All right.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Oh, my goodness gracious. That's, there
was quite a few
folks make that trip
yesterday
every year
afternoon.
To go see a Dallas game, especially the Thanksgiving game. So
I hope their hotel's very close to the stadium.
My son-in-law, his wife, my daughter, gave him tickets on 2 or 3 different times.
Wow.
In fact, she had one of the old bleacher seats or something that she had over there, and they had the whole porch over there painted this cowboy star, the Lone Star deal there. I mean, he did they were into it big time.
Wow.
So, and they went to see several games. Well, that's good. I just don't have the patience and the energy to do that. It would drive me crazy, especially such a quick round trip. I go somewhere, like when I go on a dive trip, I want 3 weeks there.
Well, every time I went to Texas, flew out there to visit my daughter and her family when they were living there, it was always around the time that they had the big NASCAR race right there at Texas Motor Speedway. So I'd get there and we get all piled into the RV and head out to the racetrack. And big events like that I love, but it's been a long time since I've been to a big football game.
Good for y'all. Well, guess what? With Thanksgiving coming up, holidays right upon us now, meaning that not only are a lot of folks flying to all sorts of places to celebrate with families, many more will be on the highways. All right. Unfortunately, with the excitement that comes with the holidays, it's commonplace to find drivers pushing the limits, waiting too late to leave, including doing everything they can to get to where they're going just as quickly as they can. Leave earlier, folks. You know, if it takes you
Yes.
3 hours to drive to some location, leave at least 4 hours in advance so you don't have to try to make up for an extra lost time. Okay? Things happen on the highways, whether it involves you or not, it can suddenly involve you. A traffic jam. If you're taking any interstate, you can expect to have one. All it takes is a minor fender bender, people changing lanes, going whipping back and forth, and they can
Absolutely.
shut down an interstate for an hour, 2 or 3 hours at a time, going either direction. Okay, so leave early. Just leave early.
Yeah.
The North
Take
Carolina
your
Highway
time.
Patrol has already begun working diligently to ensure folks arrive safely. The troopers are looking for reckless drivers, those who swerve in and out of traffic, those who tailgate, and of course, those who are speeding. Swerving in and out of traffic. You may think you're cool. You may be on one of those little hot rod cars. You can do that. You may be one of those drag strip people. You're not on a drag strip. You're driving along with other people that do not understand that you think you're safe when you move in and out of traffic. And in your mind, you probably are. It's what you cause others to do that you don't realize how dumb you are and how reckless you are. That is reckless driving.
Yes.
Reckless driving carries a lot of points.
Yes.
It carries more points than speeding on your insurance points. Do you know that?
And insurance.
If
Auto
you
insurance.
get stopped, if you're dumb and you get stopped, you got one person to blame. Do I need to explain that to you? If you're behind a wheel, there's nobody else in your car that's at fault. There's no other drivers that are at fault because you get stopped for speeding or a reckless operation. There will be checkpoints, by the way, that are set up throughout this holiday period, which in the minds of the Highway Patrol is already underway. Is called click it or ticket. In addition to making sure that those with suspended, revoked, or expired driver's licenses stay off the roads, the troopers will be looking for drivers who have been celebrating with too much booze. And yes, my friends, beer and wine are alcoholic beverages.
Sure.
Got it?
That's right.
Another pet peeve. Distracted drivers. This is pet peeves of highway patrolmen, not just me. If you need a couple of minutes to make a text, send a text message,
That's right.
comb your hair, or put your makeup on before arriving at your destination, if you need a couple of minutes to do that, pull over, find a safe spot on the highway. Just pull over.
Right.
You could use the brake, number one, and the rest of society will thank you for it. Here's the deal. The 5 to 10 minutes you think you can save in reaching your destination can cost you a lot. Cost of court alone, about $200. If fines are added, that goes up. Those citations you get will be turned over to your insurance company. And guess what happens then? That's going to be the most expensive part of your citation. You might find yourself with a 3-year rate adjustment. The 5 to 10 minutes you're trying to save will set you back as much as a half hour while the troopers prepare a citation for you. That's just the beginning. Don't blame those troopers. And for goodness sake, stay cool while you're getting the citation. There's nothing once they start writing a ticket that you can say or do that's going to cause them to stop. One more pet peeve that all cops have.
Yep.
Kids who are not secured in approved child seats. Those road checking stations at 2 o'clock in the morning that we read about all the time, you would be amazed at the number of kids that are not in their child restraint seats. Not a lot of chance you're going to talk your way out of that one either. That's just a given. More than 60% of the 23 motorists who were killed during the Thanksgiving holiday last year, they weren't even wearing their own seat belts.
That's so sad.
23 people killed last year. 60% of them did not have seat belts on. 60%. That's more than a dozen people. You understand that, right? More than
Yes.
a dozen people died because they didn't have seatbelts on last year in a wreck.
Yes.
They could have lived. You don't know. You don't know.
Well, you talk about automobile insurance in 2026, North Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
Auto insurance rates are set to increase by an average of 28.6% for individual coverage and 12.66% to 17.5% for small group policies. This increase is part of the proposed implementation over a 2-year period as requested by the North Carolina Rate Bureau.
Yeah, and our insurance commissioner, Mike Causey, I'm not sure how far along he is. They wanted, what was it, a 60% increase?
Yes,
Why?
67, something like that. Yeah, so. And
I don't know that this is a good deal. Mike,
Well,
Mike needs to go back and fight it. I think the rest
he
of
is
us need to
fighting.
just sue him.
because I talked to him 2-3 weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
and he said that they were getting ready to fight because the North Carolina Rate Bureau was wanting more money.
Yeah,
So
yeah, they want too much money, and it's just.
yeah,
How many insurance companies do you see losing money? During a hurricane, following a hurricane, you're going to see them having problems along with whatever area in that area. But that doesn't translate
Right.
nationwide because insurance companies have customers everywhere, right?
yes, they do.
What happens in California one year will affect us in here, the insurance in here as well. But auto insurance? I haven't seen any major issues there. Have you?
No, but it's like he once was explaining to us, a lot of the issues with the rates going up has to do with the drivers in North Carolina and the wrecks and
Have we
the
got
claims.
more bad wrecks in North Carolina than they've got elsewhere?
Well, as far as North Carolina, I don't know. But
No.
that will affect your insurance rates going up.
Uninsured motorists. That's one question I want to ask Mike the next time we have him on here, our insurance commissioner. How many uninsured motorists out there are there? That means my insurance has to pay for a wreck that they cause if they hit me.
Right.
Those kinds of people, they should be all held accountable. They should be sued by this North Carolina Insurance Commission, which should then spread all whatever they collect to the rest of us. That's how that needs to go down.
Right.
Let's look out towards the ocean today. Looking towards the blue water right now. It's beautiful outside. Not a lick of wind here. I'm looking outside at the leaves. Nothing happening. Out to 20 nautical miles or so. That high pressure system we enjoyed through yesterday is moving offshore today. It will allow for a coastal low pressure system to develop and move northward along the coast today and later tonight, mostly tonight.
Right.
Offshore today, winds are going to be out of the south, 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet. They're going to be 4 seconds apart. Kind of close, small, but kind of close. Sounds and rivers, a moderate chop. Wednesday, tomorrow, southwesterly winds 15 to 20 knots, gust up to 25 in the afternoon, 4 to 6 foot seas, sounds and rivers choppy. Thursday, northwesterly winds, again kicking up 15 to 20, gust up to 25 in the morning, seas 2 to 4 feet, sounds and rivers choppy. And today is your day. If you want to go, I would come back before the afternoon.
Today, partly sunny, becoming cloudy with a high near 74. Light and variable wind becoming south 5 to 10 miles per hour in the morning. Winds could gust as high as 17. Tonight, a slight chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a low around 62. Wednesday, a slight chance of showers, partly sunny with a high near 79. Thanksgiving Day, sunny with a high near 57. Dropping down to Thursday night, 31 degrees. Now, Friday is starting to really worry me. Right now, the forecast is sunny with a high near 49, with nighttime lows dropping to 25.
No freezing rain, no snow. What's there to worry about?
My toes are going to be cold.
You're going to be stomping them so hard, it's not going to get cold.
And look, just because I heard the question this morning, the water temperature in Morale is currently at 62 degrees. Surf City is 70.
In the surf.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So
70 degrees. So no, Rayford, don't go swimming.
I can. I got a wetsuit. Yeah, we were
Let's
talking
not
about
do
it
it.
on the ham radio,
On the radio
this morning.
this morning.
And speaking
Yes.
of that, around our region, the amateur radio operators, they get up every morning, a bunch of them, and check in here, and we what we call rag chew or chit chat, and
Chit-chat.
then
More chit-chat.
we check that weather temperature and some other conditions around the region. Nobody's had any rainfall, and the winds are generally either light or non-existent. Some of them are very, very light. Randy over in the southwest part of the area, 41 degrees this morning at 5:45 or so, 81% humidity, and he could see stars. That meant no clouds. Joe down in the borough in Swansboro had 47 degrees, and he said it was nice and clear there. Over at Emerald Isle, Joe gets out. He drives over to Emerald Isle after he gets up at dark whatever, and drives over to Emerald Isle, and then he walks the beach out there and has a great time on the Strand. Says it's 54 degrees there. Man, a heat wave. Lee in the back swamp area of Onslow County, 45 degrees, and his humidity was way up, 100%. Not a whole lot of difference between 100% and 99%, which is what it was at Riverbend, where it was 41 degrees. Dale reported that up the river around that bend in New River. As you go north up the river towards Richlands, that's where he lives. Ward over in Cedar Point had 52 degrees. It's nice and warm there as well. Cedar Point's really close, just across the intercoastal from Emerald Isle. 89% humidity there at the time. Onslow Bay, Ken checked in. Ken has been up and down the East Coast lately. He got back Saturday, I guess it was, and where it's 49 degrees up here at Onslow Bay this morning, 94% humidity. Craig got up nice and early this morning, headed for work, and he works aboard Lejeune. I think it is, or New River. I can't remember which one. Anyway, Craig reported 46 degrees at his home in Richlands. And Carol, who was Dale's wife, she was on the highway this morning.
She was.
She was already driving out
early.
and had appointments to deal with bright and early at 46 degrees around town in their car. Temperature over the asphalt and whatever is generally going to be warmer because it soaks up heat during the day and holds on to it. Lee over in the Woodlands, Lee, as in Lady Blue. She had 42 degrees, chilly there at the time, 92% humidity. And here at the studio at that time, while all of those temperatures were happening, it was 41 degrees, 99% humidity, no wind, no rain. And now it's up to 43 degrees, still 99% humidity.
Yeah, we were talking about the football game and that I had gotten some more noise makers.
Yeah.
Charlotte's listening this morning. Charlotte, you need to come to the game Friday and bring your horn.
Bring your horn, girl. Bring your horn. You need to paint that horn red, though.
Oh, the ones I got aren't red. And believe me, they're loud. I can see you now grabbing it out of my hands and throwing it down the bleachers.
No. I'm just gonna put one of those boys who took his shirt off. I picked up a couple of shirts over there. None of them fit, but I saved them from last weekend. Right. And I'm gonna stuff one of them in the horn.
It's going to be a good Friday night. I mean, we also have Northside playing, so go Northside. Go Northside. I'm
happy to see that we got two teams still in the playoffs. That's wonderful.
Absolutely.
That says something for Onslow County, okay?
Yes. I agree.
And of course, we cover the Cards. We're all
Cardinal alumni.
And our team Northside has lost a game or two or three because they lost to us for one thing, to the Cardinals. But we are perfect and nothing.
Yeah.
We haven't lost a game. I hope we just keep on saying that. We haven't lost a game. So, and if you don't have a school, if you're not attending Northside, if you don't have any loyalties there, or if you do, if you live near there, you want to go there. I don't know whether their team is at home or away, but I'm sure Chris will tell us at some point in time. But you can go to the Northside game. You can come to the Cardinal game. Cardinals are going to be playing in Jacksonville at Cardinal Stadium. Game time is 7:00.
Well, Chris will be calling in tomorrow.
Yep.
It's being that we won't be here on Thursday, but he'll be calling in tomorrow and he'll catch us all up. I know I read his story that he put out on JD and website, Jacksonville Daily News website, and his predictions and his thoughts on it.
Mhm.
So we'll
We'll
wait and
talk
let
about
him
that
talk
tomorrow.
about that tomorrow.
Let's go to Morehead City. I like Morehead. The outcome of the mayoral race there, though, is being challenged.
I had a long conversation last night.
Mayor
about that.
Jerry Jones lost by one vote
One vote.
in his bid for re-election. Lee Stiles took the race 762 to 761. And the mayor, he's not real happy about it.
Nope.
For a couple of reasons. He filed a protest.
Yes, he did.
So Mayor Jones, in filing the protest, said he had complaints from residents who said they were told on the day of the election that they could not vote and were not offered a provisional ballot. The Carteret County Elections Board listened to his complaint, and they voted internally 3-2 to send it to the State Board of Elections for further action.
Best thing to do.
Two of Jones' supporters say they were turned away from the polls on Election Day. That's what they told the mayor. One said his outdated ID was first accepted and then rejected. He had an expired driver's license. Another had a temporary driver's license. Both say they were never offered provisional ballots and they had to leave and could not cast their votes, assuming by what they're saying that they would have voted for the incumbent mayor. In sending the dispute to the state, the county elections board said it found substantial evidence of voting irregularities. That sounds pretty serious if the allegations are true. An outdated or expired driver's license, I believe, is generally given a temporary okay to vote, what they call on a provisional ballot. A provisional means that after the election, if they can verify that, yes, you had a legal right to vote there at that time,
right,
then your vote would be counted. But they were not given the opportunity to cast even a provisional ballot, according to them.
So they say.
I said according to them. Not sure about a temporary driver's license. I'm assuming the temporary license would be one that a driver gets while he waits for his license to arrive by mail. That's generally a piece of paper, right?
Right.
You don't have the official one. But that should count. I think at least should give you the provisional ballot. If that is indeed the case, then there could be a serious issue. Now, over in Lenore County, Kinston Mayor-elect Kareem Moore is her name, I think, is being challenged. Residents in Kinston are claiming she is not actually a full-time resident of the city. Have we heard this one before?
Oh, yes.
That mess is being investigated. I can't even try to explain it because I read it and I still didn't understand it. But that's the bottom line. I only hope that anyone who illegally denied people the right to vote, who illegally denied them the right to vote, and anyone who's running for election, in any case, if deliberate actions were definitely taken that are proven to be illegal, that's when I would hope that the criminal folks will get involved. I hope that the criminal investigators, the district attorney's office that would get involved and deal with it accordingly. Jail time or other punitive action is likely the only deterrent that those who willfully violate the law will understand.
Well, let me say something about the Morehead City election because I have a connection there. And I was on the phone last night for about 45 minutes talking about it. So far, the people that got up, and there was only a couple people that got up and testified in front of the Morehead City Board of Elections yesterday. It's all hearsay. There's no proof. They couldn't even identify the poll worker they talked to. The poll workers are like,
can you identify the poll worker that gave you your ballot last time?
I can see her face.
Could you identify her right now? Could you give her name?
I couldn't give you her
name. You didn't know her name then, did you?
But then and again, I don't have any issues, but it just seems kind of crazy to me that there are a few people who are now protesting, saying they weren't given a provisional ballot. I read this thing to you last week where somebody did an affidavit saying that they were turned away from the poll that they went to go vote at because they were at the wrong poll. But they said they were never given a provisional ballot. You're not going to get a provisional ballot if you're at the wrong poll. You go to the other poll. But yet in their affidavit, they never said, oh, we went to the correct poll and voted.
Mm-hmm.
See, so I think the best thing for the Morehead City Board of Elections, let the state decide on that. And going back to Kinston, let's talk about Miss Quarla Blackwell, who's filed several protests. You know, she was running for the city council, and she's saying that there's some discrepancies in the voter base.
Yeah, there are two different cases there. One's mayor, one's for the council member.
Well, yeah, but let's talk about hers. She's talking about the failure in the voter base. She said she protested the recent Kinston election due to the Board of Elections' blatant failure to uphold the law. North Carolina law is crystal clear. Felons may not register or vote until their entire sentence, including probation, is completed. Yet in November of 2024, while on active probation, she was issued a voter registration card by their office and told she was eligible to vote. Now, I don't know about all that, you know, but you're right. There are protests on the other two because Sean Keenan, who is the GOP chairman in Lenore County, actually filed the first protest saying they didn't live in the city. So a lot of little things, but you know,
you mentioned hearsay on the mayoral thing in Morehead. Were they under oath when they testified?
Yes,
it is no longer hearsay. Let me explain to you what the reason is here. You can challenge it, and if it's wrong, then it's perjury.
That's right.
But if they present it under oath, as in a court of law or anywhere else you're under oath, that becomes a fact until proven otherwise. So it is not hearsay.
Let me regroup and say that the protest allegations were hearsay, and then the people who were saying that they were not given a provisional ballot went in yesterday and testified before the board after they were sworn in, saying
that is not hearsay there.
Well, it was hearsay to begin with until they went to the hearing yesterday. But the thing about it is, nobody's got solid proof. They did get up and swear and testify.
We'll wait and see what the state comes up with.
Oh, yeah. I have a feeling, but we'll see.
All right. Now, want to know what could happen if the story I'm going to tell you is true? Listen up. This one kind of made me mad last night. I was in here all alone, and I was almost ready to throw things. There was an overnight school trip in a Colorado school district where those in charge tried to place a male student who identified as a female student, born a male, is a male, claiming to be a female, in the same hotel room and ultimately in the same bed with an 11-year-old girl.
What?
On a school trip. The parents are suing the school district, and they're not the only ones. If it was my 11-year-old girl child, a suit would be probably a blessing for the school, the school district, and everyone else involved. Daddy would be on the rather unhappy side of mean. Here's what occurred. Alliance Defending Freedom, a conservative legal organization that advocates for religious liberty, filed its opening brief last week in Wales versus Jefferson County Public Schools with the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 10th Circuit on behalf of 4 families. The lawsuit claims that the district, which is located just outside Denver, allows biologically male students to share overnight accommodations with girls based solely on gender identity without notifying the parents or seeking their consent. Y'all going to need more than legal assistance.
Wow.
Witness protection with new addresses and identities might be your best course of action. According to the complaint, The district's policies violate parents' fundamental right to make decisions about the upbringing and education of their children and places students in uncomfortable or potentially unsafe situations. Back to the summer of 2023. Joe and Serena Wales' daughter, she was 11 years old at the time, had just finished the 5th grade and was traveling with classmates on a school trip to Philadelphia and Washington from the Denver area. The Wales said their daughter was assigned to a 2-bed hotel room with 3 other students, 2 girls from her school and 1 from another school in the district.
My.
As the children prepared for bed on the first night, the daughter learned that her bedmate was biologically a male and identifying himself as a transgender female.
Uh-oh.
The girl went into the bathroom to call her mama, who was nearby and luckily was serving as a chaperone on this trip.
Wow.
Ruh-roh. The room assignment came despite assurances from district officials that boys and girls would be placed on different hotel floors, not even on the same floor. Jefferson County Public Schools policy, however, their written policy says that students may be assigned overnight accommodations based only on their gender identity. So the school system, those people on that trip who were in charge, were abiding by the school's written policy.
I wouldn't have done it. I'd been fired. The
lawsuit also claims the district does not allow families to opt out or even request that their children room only with students of the same biological sex. They won't allow the parents to tell the school system that they are not going to
and my child would not have been going.
Not going? We're already there. They signed a hotel room there.
I mean,
and she ended up with a bedmate that was a guy.
Had I known that policy in advance, that's what I'm saying.
Well, the school policy is there. It's been there. Apparently, it's been
how many parents actually read it? Right. Nope.
I'm just not really happy that this had to come this far, and it's taken 2 years to get to where it is now. 2 years.
What is wrong with this world? Just what is wrong with this world?
Lawyers tend to like to put things off and put things off and put things off and put things off. No, this is a case of file the suit, hear it tomorrow. You've got your policy, you have to defend it. You don't need anything else. I'm suing you for your policy and for putting my daughter in that position.
Wow.
Oh, that would, the suit, like I say, would be the easiest way out for them, because the rest of it would have been me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just no way.
And it would not have been nice.
No way at all. I just, what is wrong with people?
910-333-0139, Jennifer. Oh, Jennifer, your name is being called. 910-333-0139. So you got a daughter. She's 11 years old. She goes on a school trip. She's in a 2 double bed hotel room. And the 2 of the other people are from your school district. 3 of you are from the same school district. One's from a different school in the district. You know the other 2 girls, you're good to go, but they're bedding together, and then you're assigned this other person. Then you find out when it's getting ready for bed that this person is not a woman, is not a female. What do you do? I'm glad the girl had a cell phone. Glad she called her mama. Glad her mama was in town.
Oh, can you imagine?
Oh, they don't. That door's not strong enough.
Oh my gosh. I'd been kicking the door in. Oh
yeah. Yeah. You open the door, I'll open it for you.
Yes, like I don't know if you've been following this case of this Anna Kepner. She was the 18-year-old senior high school student that was found dead aboard a Carnival cruise.
I've seen just a little bit, not much. You talked
several
a little
weeks
bit about
ago.
it yesterday, but
Right.
I know nothing about it officially.
Well, she was sharing a large room with her biological brother and her stepbrother. There's like one big bed and several bunk beds, which I understand. I don't have an issue with that.
No,
And
family.
she's 18, but more and more information's coming out about the stepbrother now, and he is a suspect, just a suspect right now in this. But it was determined that she was believe asphyxia is a possible cause of
Strangled.
death. Yes, because
Denied
by
oxygen.
an arm across the neck because of the bruising. But she was found stuffed under the bed, hidden, wrapped in a
Her
blanket.
body.
Right. And with life preservers, the life vest all stuffed up against her. And it was a maid that found her.
Like
But
that's gonna. What?
yes,
Was she reported missing?
she was
What
reported
about the other
missing.
guys in the room? There was another brother in the room, right?
There was another brother, but what happened was, okay, they had her and the two brothers, one biological, one a stepbrother. The biological brother ended up leaving the room during the night to go outside to take evening pictures because it was their last night on the
Okay, now
trip.
they were teenagers.
So when he came back, he noticed she was not in her bed. He just assumed that she had gone to the parents' room
Uh-huh.
and was hanging with them. And of course, he fell asleep. And then the next morning, when him and the stepbrother got up, they went to go meet the family for breakfast, noticed she was not there. And that's when the family became alarmed. So they went to the authorities on the ship and they checked cameras and they saw where she had entered the room the previous evening, but never came back out.
So she was in the room.
She was in the room the
So a
whole
maid
time.
went in and found her.
So a maid had gone in there and started cleaning the room in the meantime when everything else was going on. And that's when she discovered the body stuffed under the bed. Craziness.
You got two suspects.
Yes.
Only two.
Well, right now,
One or the other did it.
there's family members speaking out, the grandmother,
Mm-hmm.
and then the boyfriend of the girl that was found.
Where was
murdered.
he? Was he around?
He was not on the ship. He was
Okay.
not there. And he said that there were issues in the past with the stepbrother
Uh-huh.
trying to be a little bit more than a stepbrother.
Friendly.
Yeah, friendly. And
Okay,
that the
then why were they in the
stepbrother.
room? If those the parents, that would not have been happening.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But maybe the parents didn't know. I don't know. There's so much more
Well,
to
if the
come out on
boyfriend
this.
knew, the parents should have known.
Well, you would think so. But he said he was on a Zoom call with her, a face-to-face on, like how you can do.
Boyfriend.
Yes. This is previous to this trip. And he said that the stepbrother came in and put himself on top of her and was trying to have his way. And of course, she told him to go on and he left. But he said, yeah, that
And the
stepbrother
boyfriend didn't take action?
well, I would have
Ooh.
kicked his, Anyway, there's a lot coming out, but it's a sad case
It is.
because it's a blended family. And I think the father of the girl and the mother of the girl were in a custody battle. And there's a lot going on. So there's a lot more going to come out of this case. But
Okay,
how
so
so sad.
Husband and wife were aboard the ship.
I'm not really too sure if it was her. I think it was her stepmother and her
her son.
father.
So stepmother and stepmother's son would be the stepbrother of the girl.
Yes.
I got you.
Yes. The
Yeah,
whole thing
buddy.
is crazy. Whole thing is
Yeah,
crazy.
that will split up a family too.
Yeah, but there was a custody, but the stepbrother went straight into psychiatric care
Oh yeah, there
when
you
all
go.
this happened. So
I'm sure.
it's a bizarre story, but how so sad.
Well, stuffing her under the bed, and if he did it, is a sign that he knew he had done something wrong. Not guilty by reason of insanity is removed at that point in
Could
time.
you imagine though being the brother
Mm-hmm.
and say the brother, totally innocent. We
Mhm.
don't know all the details right now. They are looking, the FBI is looking at the stepbrother. But could you imagine going in and going to bed, not knowing your sister was deceased under the other bed?
That would just, it's a wonders.
I'd
if
have
it's
to
a
have
wonder brother
psychiatric
doesn't have
treatment.
something to say
Phew.
or do.
kind of a
That ocean
strange.
is real deep out there.
Yeah, stream station. Taking a trip to the stream station.
A federal judge dismissed criminal charges against former FBI Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James yesterday. Ruled that the prosecutor that President Trump chose to bring the cases was not appointed legally. Really?
Well, they talked about that before.
Comey and James had contested Lindsay Halligan's appointment as the interim U.S. Attorney in Eastern Virginia, which bypassed the customary Senate confirmation process. In other words, she was appointed, but as the interim, not needing the Senate confirmation to be interim.
Right.
Trump, I'm not sure whoever made this appointment to put her in charge of this case was the smartest knife in the drawer. Okay, the legal people up there should have known better. You need to cross your T's and dot your I's. You need to make sure every step of a prosecution like this would be perfect. It's not over, y'all. Don't get there, because it was dismissed. Dismissed means you need to come back because it was not tried. There's no double jeopardy here.
Right.
It didn't get that far. Charges are dismissed, but they can be brought again. That hopefully would be the case if indeed there is a case here. I do not know. I don't have a dog in the fight. They also have argued that their prosecutions were rooted in a desire for retribution. The whole political process is nothing but retribution.
I believe that.
Everything that occurs from one side to the other is political retribution. Always. Right?
Right. I believe it.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said that the Justice Department planned to appeal. Now you need to shut up, lady, and let the system happen. However, she didn't. She said that Halligan was both extremely qualified and lawfully appointed. Extremely qualified, you can say that. Lawfully appointed, you can't say that. You're a spokesperson. That will be up to somebody else to find out if she was lawfully appointed. She can be appointed, but she cannot be necessarily appointed and assigned to, according to the federal judge. That was done improperly. So that might be overruled by another federal judge, but I doubt it. That's going to withstand the test of time. He could dismiss it, and he dismissed the charges. So now they're going to have to go through, start from scratch with a legally appointed, sanctioned legal to prosecute the case. That's the way it will have to be done. Just suck it up. If you've got a case, then get somebody who's been legally appointed.
Well, in Trump's haste,
should not have been. There's nothing to hurry up.
You know, I mean,
there was no reason to hurry up. You got plenty of prosecutors in this country that have been all through the process, right?
Well, in the Comey case, the statute of limitations expired September 30th, so that's why they were in such a hurry.
Charges were brought, so charges have been brought. They just can't be prosecuted. Now he's going to argue that the statute of limitations has expired, and therefore, and the judge dismissed it, and there might be a legal argument there, and then somebody else is going to have to say, no, that's okay, or yep, you're dismissed, you got lucky.
Right.
You dodged a bullet, Comey. Right.
Well, Comey
came out. Lagato's next book. Comey dodges a bullet. Hey, John, there's your title.
Another
Comey
picture of him on the beach
with
the 8647 written in the sand.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, these politicians.
910-333-0139. Where are y'all? Let me see here. Well, we know that line 1 was working. Let's see if line 2 is working. And line 2 is working.
Sure is.
Line 1 is working. So, y'all, you got no excuses. 910-333-0139. We want to hear from you. whether it's Cardinals, whether it's North Side, whether or the Monarchs.
Right.
Wouldn't they sting like a butterfly? Sting like a bee, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Yes,
Those are the Monarchs. Yeah.
That was.
Yeah. So what if they're floating?
Mm.
Come on,
Mhm.
Monarchs, let's do it.
I don't know, but I've already got my stuff set out for Friday night. My long johns, my boots, my extra shirts.
Extra shirts. You planning to throw one down on the field after the game?
A yellow one.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, speaking of yellow flags, last week at Friday at the ball game, there was a couple flags thrown by those refs against the Cardinals. Boy, the stadium
totally
was
justified.
mad.
They were just mad that they got caught.
The
Those
stadium.
flags were totally
those
justified. You know that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
Yes.
yeah, an unusual diplomatic move.
Oh, yes.
A diplomatic move. China's leader, Xi Jinping, initiated a phone call with Donald Trump yesterday to discuss Taiwan. What's Trump got to do with Taiwan? The topic is front and center as Japan takes a more assertive stance on the island's autonomy. Trump steered the conversation to Ukraine and said people familiar with the matter as Washington and Kiev peace talks appear to be making progress. Taiwan and Ukraine are both sensitive subjects for U.S.-China relations, but they are rarely linked in discussions between the two leaders. Meanwhile, peace plan negotiators are leaving the thorniest issues to Trump and Ukrainian President Zelensky, according to European officials familiar with the discussions. I don't know how Taiwan is, it's got its things. It wants to stay autonomous. It wants to do its own thing. And China, they want a part of that. Taiwan makes money, and China wants a chunk of that. And China wants to rule them. They want to control what goes on there. It's a cash cow, literally. Taiwanese people, they say, no, we don't want nothing to do with those people. They're a bunch of commies.
Yeah.
Now, Ukraine is being assisted by the United States and other countries. China, Xi Jinping, is assisting the Russian side. Our friend, our comrade. You know him, right?
Yes.
Former KGB.
Yes, yes.
So China is helping over there. Some of those things that go boom, boom, that Russia doesn't manufacture is coming from China. And it's being shot at Ukraine. So that's making the Ukrainians mad. Ukrainians are being assisted by the United States. Of course, the stuff that the Ukraine's shooting at Russia is made in the US of A, some of it.
Right.
So, everybody just needs to go away. Stay in your own country. Leave us
This
alone.
world, I'll tell you, if we didn't have all the drama we had every day, we'd be miserable, wouldn't we?
I got one more before we go to our
Okay.
special guest here this morning, because I saw a TV commercial I want to talk to him about. The Pentagon's probing allegations, this is important, of misconduct against Senator Mark Kelly.
Mhm.
He's out of Arizona after he was in a video. Now, Kelly's a retired captain in the Navy, I think, urging troops to disobey what he called unlawful orders. He's a political guy. He's a senator. And he's telling the troops on a video, that would be kind of like our retired police chief here, or Hans Miller, retired sheriff, going out and telling people out there, you don't have to stop for a guy with a blue light if you don't want to, or something like that. No, that would be, neither one of them would do it, of course. Why would Mark Kelly, a retired captain in the Navy? The Defense Department said its review will determine further actions, which could include recalling Kelly. Hello, Bubba, you ain't never out of the Navy if you've retired. You're coming back to active duty so we can court martial you.
Doesn't this kind of make you think about the case of Lieutenant Colonel Stuart Scheller?
It does.
It was back in, well, how many years ago
A
was
bunch.
that? Yes, it's been what, 4 or 5 years ago. He was jailed for not obeying the directions at Camp Lejeune, and he was in pre-trial confinement pending an Article 32 hearing. Yeah, that's what
Legal experts question the Pentagon's investigation.
Mm-hmm.
The good senator said he isn't intimidated. Good. Kelly appeared in the video with 5 other Democrat senators, all of whom are military or intelligence community vets. Trump has called for their arrest, saying their behavior amounted to sedition, treason, or whatever.
Right.
You know what? Kelly, that was a dumb thing for you to do. I don't care what else it is. If they declare it's not illegal, it's still stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It's gone 2 steps below dumb.
Well,
Dumb means you don't know any better. Stupid means you know better. You do it anyway.
Whether you agree with what he did, with what Scheller did, or you don't agree, the whole issue is if you're given a directive, you need to follow
an order.
An order.
Now, here's the thing. Everybody in the military knows you do not have to follow an unlawful order.
Exactly.
You do not need a lowly senator acting as a captain retired in the Navy to tell you to disobey what I say are unlawful orders. What I say and what are deemed to be unlawful orders are 2 different things. Perhaps, likely.
Yep.
That's just absolutely wrong. And a court martial probably is in order. And also take away your retirement pay.
That
could come about.
If you're willing to take that chance of losing that, more power to you.
And if you're found guilty of that,
well,
can you serve as a senator? Wow.
What does the Constitution say?
Your actions will deem your future. Be careful out there. Okay.
Yes.
I watched the TV. I did watch it because I generally turn it off when I see stuff on there that I don't like when it comes to commercials. This one was from a group. Now 1-800 yada 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 yada. We have a team of people here that can help you with your Medicare questions, but you need to hurry now because the deadline is upon us. It's coming right around the corner, December 7th. And give us a call.
Pearl Harbor Day, as you remind us.
Yes, right. Now here's okay. You can make the call. You can ask. Maybe you don't have anybody like Peter right in your speed dial that you can call. Maybe you have concerns. Maybe you have questions. I mean, I have questions. I had questions. When I have questions, I ask Peter.
Yes.
Now here's the question that I got. Here's my concern for you folks out there. Be ever so careful because if you're not in the process of getting 1 million phone calls a day, you can rest assured that the minute you make that telephone call to that 1-800, your number is recorded and you will be getting calls from everybody at that point in time. Am I wrong, Peter?
No, unfortunately. I had somebody show me their telephone, their cell phone yesterday, and it had about 40 phone calls that he'd had that day that had just, he just hadn't answered. Yeah. He said it's really getting bad now.
I've got them. I can show you mine. It's just one after another, and some of them are just hanging up, and some of them I say, "What do you want?" Click.
And this was just someone who was turning 65.
Yeah.
So he said he hadn't phoned anybody. It's just what he's being phoned. I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, you're fine. What I was going to say is
Jennifer must have called, but she hung up. Okay.
I'm getting calls from this one number, which is a spoof number because it's showing as being local. So I go ahead and block it.
Potential
then-
spam. Mine says a
And
lot.
then the very next call is the same number, but one digit different.
Mm.
Block it. So then I get a third call, same number, one digit different.
Oh wow!
They just don't give up. They just, oh.
I had a funny one once. I got a call, and I didn't see it, and I looked at the number afterwards. And I thought, oh well, maybe I better phone it back and see who it was trying to call me, because at that stage I wasn't getting many calls from telemarketers, so I called it back. And it was one of my friends. It was a number that I hadn't got for him. It was his home phone number. And what had happened was a telemarketer had spoofed his number to call me. Because he said, I didn't call you.
Oh, wow.
But it was quite funny. We had about a half-hour conversation.
I got a call one time that had my name on it. It would call from me.
Oh, okay.
That was weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, yesterday, there's spam. Well, there we go.
Now you're calling.
Oh, I've got pages of those, Rayford. Pages.
Spam, 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 spam. Well, that was just potential spam, but it was spam. That's in one day. I get one right after the other.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the message is don't respond to those calls because it's not legal for somebody helping with Medicare Advantage.
No.
Somebody is scamming you with Medicare Advantage plans to phone you. That is not legal unless you have given them permission to do so. So
But
do not
if
answer
you
them.
call them, then they can say, well, you called us. You called this 800 number. So therefore you want help.
Because I had one lady come up to me this week and say, I've gone for a different company, Peter, because you didn't tell me that Blue Cross was stopping that plan this year. I said, well, it isn't. Let me show you. And yeah, she said, okay, I'll get back in touch with them.
So they
and
lied
cancel
to
it.
you, did you?
Yeah.
First of all, do not be absolutely surprised and shocked and dismayed when you're talking to somebody on the phone and they give you a story that you find out it varies from the truth. In other words, it's a lie. It will not be the first time you've ever been told a lie, and it's not going to be your last. So don't get offended. Don't get upset. Just go to somebody you can trust. We know where Peter lives. We trust him, and there are 3 of us in here who have relied on him.
Mhm.
I think Kelly was the first, wasn't she? And then there was Lee. And then
I was first.
You were first, and you was Kelly. and
That's
then-
how I got him on the show.
and then me.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, here we go. And I'm like, please as punch. I go to my drugstore yesterday, y'all. I had 1, 2, 3, 4 prescriptions refilled. 4. Count them, 4. How much I paid for one?
Mhm.
$6.
Yeah.
That was my copay on $6. And that was only on one of them. The rest of them were no copay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I like that because I was paying, for the same batch of prescriptions, I would have been paying $30, $40 copay before, which wasn't bad. Not at the cost of the drugs, the real cost, but $6 is a whole lot better than
Yep.
$35, which would be the standard for me. Okay. Peter is here to help you answer your questions. If you want to use what his advice is or what he can show you, it's not necessarily his advice. He can show you what he would consider the best option for your set of circumstances. Now, your set of circumstances are likely not going to be anywhere near mine. You may get everything for free. It might not cost you as much for your copays on anything as mine will cost me or whatever. It just depends. It's your circumstances, but you got to tell him what your circumstances are. You got to give him a list of your prescriptions, the ones that you have to take. If you have to take any, you have to tell him what doctors you go to. You don't have to. You should if you want to make sure that he can find you a plan that your doctor is part of. So we have a dog came in the house.
Have you got dog food?
4-legged one. No, he's already eaten. He ate
Okay.
early. But anyway, you can go see Peter and you give him a list of whatever your current situation is and perhaps whatever you think in the future is going to be, and he'll help you. He'll go through things and let me show you this, this, and this, and this. He doesn't say you got to have this plan. No, you got to have, no, he doesn't do that. He didn't do that to me. And, but I'm a whole lot better off as a result of it. So Peter is available every day this week.
No, it's Monday.
That's right. This is
Tuesday.
Today.
It's just today.
Just today now.
And then I'm not in Walmart from Wednesday through Sunday.
Yeah, that's
but I'll be back next
something
week.
about Thanksgiving
Monday.
and Black
Yeah,
Friday.
they don't want us in there.
Walmart doesn't want anybody in there unless you're buying stuff.
In actual fact, I meant to dismantle my kiosk, but I normally leave it up there. But
do that later.
You do it today. You're there today. Till
I'm there
4:30.
today.
But
till
Peter
4:30.
Peter may be real busy today, so you may want to come by. If you're out there, you want to go shopping, go ahead and do your shopping. Go by first, see if Peter's got time right now to see you, or if he does, you're cool. If not, go on in and do whatever shopping you got to do in Walmart, and then get that done. Keep coming back and do a quick check on Peter to see if he's got some time. And you may have to wait a minute or two, but it doesn't. How long does it take normally for your normal customer when they come up? Somebody to ask you some questions.
It can be anything from 1 minute to 25 or so.
Okay. So if they sit down and
unless I've got a really complicated case, but it's normally
well, then you can come back and you can take care of it later on either way.
Right.
You've got some time. You don't have to be in panic mode. I know this week is busy for a lot of folks, but while you're out doing your busy stuff, take a few minutes and stop by and see Peter and see if there's something there that he can help you with. And he'll be glad to talk with you about it. It's not going to cost you anything. You're not paying by the minute, the hour, or anything else. Just sit there and have a chat with him. He is at Walmart today.
Yeah.
Today, that's the last day this week, from 10 o'clock until 4:30 this afternoon. Apparently, you're not even going to eat unless you get a snack time. You don't have any time listed here to eat today.
I'm going to eat, but I don't know what time that will be. I normally take about 25, 30 minutes, and it should be between 1 and 1:30. But that
when he has a break time, if he's not in there between 10 and 4:30 today, go back in about 20 minutes because he'll be back. Because he'll be at lunch.
Well, I put a big clock on my table saying.
Oh, so you know exactly what time
I'll
That's
be
even
back.
better. Yeah, those people, I always like it when they put a sign up on the door. Be back in 15 minutes. From when?
I know it. They have a clock on there with the little hands on there.
That's one of the.
Be back in 15 minutes.
We'll be back at 10:15 or 1:30 or
Right.
Do something. Just I'll be back in 15 minutes means about the dumbest thing that anybody can do.
I was writing it out and leaving a note saying back at 1:45 or whatever, but now I've got a clock face that I just stick on the table back at.
Does it say back at?
Next Monday is the 1st. You're going to be there Monday through Saturday next week.
Yeah, from the 1st to the 6th.
Last week?
That's the last week.
Phew-wee.
That's the grand finale, y'all. So if you don't get by there today, you've got next Monday through Friday.
Next Monday through
Saturday. I meant to say Saturday. All day, each one of those days. Now, get your pencil. Let me know when you're ready. You got your pen?
Go ahead.
You got yours?
Yes.
Okay. How about y'all? Write this number down. 252-675-4488. 252-675-4488. If you did not get that, it's okay. It's going to be on our Facebook post. It also will be, you can go back and play this part of the show again later on after 10 o'clock or so this morning. The show will be posted and you can listen to it again. Just go forward to the 8:05 time frame and you will get the number again. You can come by anytime today between 10 and 4:30. If he's not there, he'll be at lunch, but anytime next week. Monday through Saturday next week at
times.
At the same times at Walmart. It's right there where the Golden Corral is on US 17 North, aka Marine Boulevard, North Marine Boulevard. The address is 2025 North Marine Boulevard. You're coming from out of town, you know nothing about the area, you can come in here. Now he can take care of anybody anywhere in North Carolina, no problem, right?
Yes,
Because
no problem.
the plans, he knows what the plans that are available, the whatever is available in your neck of the woods. You just have to know what county you live in, because he can help you out. Not every county is available for every plan that's out there, right?
It changes.
Yeah.
Like we've got, I don't know, 20 plans here, and I was speaking to Iredell, to somebody in Iredell County, and signed them up. That's near Lake Norman, in just out of Charlotte, and they had something like 79 plans that I could help them with. So you got a lot more choice in some parts of the state.
All right, you're going to read that things have changed. You're going to hear people calling you, and they kind of like to take advantage of you by scaring you about everything is changing. Well, your plan may not be changing at all. It may be changing some. It could be for the better. It could be something that, like, okay, I got caught. It's going to cost me another $20 a year or whatever. Peter will help you out and figure out if that's the case, and just how happy you are with your plan, and if it's worth another $20 a year or whatever, or whether you want to take a look at another plan. You could do that. You can make your changes now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we'll talk about if you make the wrong, if somebody else has got you changed into something that you decide in coming up, we'll be talking about that after December 7th. So you're not totally lost in case you get hooked into the wrong plan, right?
Yeah, but if you know you're in the wrong plan right now, then you've got till December the 7th to make a change, because the last plan you elect to go for the last application you do is the one that sticks.
Yep. So you can, if you've already signed on somewhere, never fear. You figure out, maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I acted out of haste. Peter, what can I do? See Peter right away. I'm giving you the number, giving you the address. You know where he's going to be. And again, for those of you who didn't write the number down, it is 252-675-4488. 252-675-4488. If you don't speak English, we'll let our Englishman tell you that number again.
No, I'm tempted to do it in Afrikaans. 252-675-4488.
Got it?
4488. And you can always go on his website, foxplans.com.
You did do that right.
But it's actually foxplans.com.
Foxplans.com.
I have all the information on both YouTube and
Okay,
Facebook.
good.
So
Thanks.
How important is it that they have a list of their drugs?
That's very important, especially if you're on expensive drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going through one actually last night with somebody over the phone, and it really does make a difference which pharmacy you change and you use.
So put down 2 or 3 different pharmacies that you might want him to check. Places that you normally go to.
I put them in, and
you do them automatically.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good.
But and that's a point, because if you've got expensive drugs, you do want to. A lot of agents now use some software which captures your drugs, and I've started doing that too. But if I've got expensive drugs, I go back to the Medicare.gov and I put the drugs in there, because I can pick 6 different pharmacies and have a look and see which really
plans,
which pharmacy would be the best for you for various drugs. And often Walmart's actually a good choice for a pharmacy.
Yeah. So one of the things too that you need to take a look at that. I love mom and pops, okay? Yeah, but sometimes they don't get the same deals that the big box stores will get, or a major pharmaceutical operation or chain will get. So,
real low in this area can be very good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I got 'em.
It's-
that was my $6 for prescriptions yesterday. One of them cost me $6. The
yeah.
other cost me nothing, honey. Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And these are 90-day prescriptions too.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
is even better. The so you can you do, but you do need to pick and choose. I'm going to assume that in some cases you may have all your drugs that you get may be great at one pharmacy, but there's one expensive drug
Mm-hmm.
that you can get either mail order or from some other location that you may want to be considered for that drug, right? You can split
Yeah,
them
it
up.
can
You don't,
work that
you don't have to
way.
go to the same drugstore for everything.
Yeah.
It's convenient, but you don't
Yeah.
have to.
Previous years, I've found you've had to hop around various drugstores
Mhm.
to get the really cheapest ones. This year, I haven't noticed that so much. You can pick one pharmacy, and
Yep.
so it's worthwhile picking the right pharmacy and going to.
I
going to
really
that one.
sincerely think that because Peter, you're not the only one out there doing this. There are some other legitimate folks doing this across
yeah.
the country.
Right.
I suspect with people like you doing what you're doing, it is causing a lot of the pharmaceutical industry in general, and also the individual companies, retail
Mhm.
companies,
Mhm.
to kind of get on board.
Yeah, you're probably right. It probably does help with competition.
I really
Yeah.
believe that because I looked at mine last time we did
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
and virtually every one of them was extremely close.
Uh-huh.
Some of them were more convenient, like the one that I was
Yeah.
currently using, and so that's my choice.
Yeah.
So I do, and I like their service, and they're also within driving distance of here, spitting
Yeah.
distance if I wanted
Yeah.
to walk it, but I don't. And I also chose this one for another convenience because it's in the same location as a Food Lion
Uh-huh.
where I go get a lot of my food. So I can kill two birds with one stone quite often. Y'all do what you want to do, but those are some of the options that are out there, and Peter will help you with that.
Yeah, but
Yep.
you're right. It has the difference between costs and pharmacies has narrowed.
Leveled out a lot.
Yes.
I've
Yeah,
noticed
and
that.
that's probably
your
why,
fault.
because we're
It's your fault, and congratulations, and I appreciate it being your fault.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah. I hadn't thought of that at all.
well, see, that's
Yeah.
I'm the one here doing the thinking about this kind of stuff. I'm the one having to pay the price.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
I just have to pay $2,000 for mine. So, and
Bless
that's
Bless you. That's just rough.
that is just wrong. Hopefully, they will get that under control one of these days.
Well, if Trump comes out with his new RX plan, we'll see.
Good luck.
Yeah.
The Trump
Yeah.
plan, is he going to open a
The
drugstore?
Trump RX plan. Yeah, he
Uh,
talked about that.
Yeah. I get concerned when politicians start talking about my money.
And drugs.
yeah.
So what else? The doctors, it's important that they bring you a list of their physicians too, right? There are, I doubt any of us who have medical things dealing with,
Mhm.
you guys who just turned 65 and been healthy all your lives and you run every day, you do everything, you eat everything you're supposed to and don't eat anything you're not supposed to, you probably don't even have a one doctor that you go see once a year, if that.
Mhm.
Lucky you. Good for you. Me, I got multiples that I have to see. So you need everybody that I have to see because I got a GP.
Mhm.
Okay. And then there's specialties. Specialty shops out there are going to cost more money, but you need to make sure you're comparing apples to apples and oranges to oranges when you're shopping around. Just bring a whole list of everybody that you are seeing and everybody that you might be seeing, and let him see if that they're, first of all, in the plan, that they're in network, they call it, right?
Yeah. You want to be. Yeah. You want your doctors to be in the network.
That includes your dentist. Hello, you got eyeglasses? That includes your eye doctor. So anything like that you do, you ever had a cardiology issue? Think about it.
Right? Could
Might
happen.
need to do that.
Could happen.
How's your hip feeling? Huh? How about your kneecaps? How are they working for you? You think you're going to need some help? Bring a list.
Mhm.
Bring a list of what ails you, what might ail you that as you get along in age, because your joints are wearing out. You just don't know it yet. Some of you.
Yeah, I was thinking I was getting away with it okay, but these last couple of years, I've really noticed it.
It
I'm
happens.
69 now
You're a
and a
child.
half, and I'm feeling it a little bit
I think that's when mine went to the downhill side.
at 69 or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the knees and whatever's.
Yeah, I first noticed it at about 32. It was really started to hurt me to run, so I stopped running and I went swimming instead, and I've kept that up, and that's been good.
It's very good. Very good.
Yeah, well, it's like the patient told the doctor, it hurts when I do this. He said, don't do that. I mean, that was his prescription and his advice. If it hurts when you do it, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Duh.
Mm-hmm.
So, what else can you offer or suggest that people do or bring to you? Because we're getting down to, I don't want to scare y'all like the but it is getting to be kind of a crunch time. You've got until the 7th. That's a week from Monday. 7 o'clock, 7th at midnight. That plan's got to be signed, sealed, and delivered.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be there through Saturday. It's Sunday night. Sorry, it's not Monday. It's Sunday night, the 7th, right?
The Sunday is the 7th. I'm not going to be in Walmart on the Sunday.
Right.
I'm going to be there from Monday through Saturday.
So you need to have everything signed, sealed, and
on
delivered.
the Sunday, I'm leaving it so I can phone people up. Should I need to, or if there's some stragglers I haven't managed to get.
Hello.
Here we go. Scares me.
Hello.
Hello?
Can I help you?
Good
Hello?
morning. I'm Megan. I'm calling because annual enrollment is open and Medicare plans have been updated for this year. The new benefits can include extra money for groceries, help with household bills, lower copays, and increased dental vision coverage. Just so I can check what you qualify for, do you have Medicare Parts A and B?
I don't answer questions like that. Hello?
That's a bot. You should have played along until you got to a real person. We could have had a lot of fun.
I get that every day. You understand?
Yeah.
Yes, aggravating.
Yeah.
Y'all do too. It's 8:21 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
That used to be totally unkosher before 9 a.m. local time.
Yeah. And it's
I got it
all automated.
I got
now,
one
so-
of them at 8:21 last night, 8:23 last night.
Wow.
It's aggravating.
That's aggravating.
If I could just reach the person making the call who's programmed my number into their computer, I could fix that problem.
Oh, I've told many of them.
He'll need to be speaking into his computer in the future because his fingers won't be working. You understand, right?
Right.
One at a time.
Right.
Snaps.
Yeah.
I would do it in a heartbeat. Does anybody doubt it?
Peter,
I know Jennifer doesn't doubt it.
Peter, I was doing good when you were talking about changing people from a supplement plan to an advantage plan until you got talking about eye injections. Then I felt needles in my eyes and I had to turn
It
away
doesn't
from the
hurt. I've
paper.
had it.
Oh,
Well, I'm just saying that there are some exceptions. Come and see me if you're in an expensive supplement and drug plan, because there are alternatives there with the Advantage plans. But I have had, I've had a couple of people that are having infusions, and that makes more sense. And
What are infusions? Let's just talk about that.
infusions is when you go to a doctor's office
Mm-hmm.
or even an outpatient hospital, and they attach not a syringe, a device into your blood so that you can actually
An IV.
infuse, an IV. That's right. So they can put a liter of fluid or so into you. Like I used to do it. I had.
Okay, if you're dehydrated, sometimes they will do things like that. You come in severely dehydrated, they're gonna hook you up with an IV, right?
It's not for being dehydrated. This is
This is for
if
something
you
else.
like. I had infusions for rheumatoid arthritis. So
Okay.
I had
Okay, so
Remicade.
you had IV injections
and so
for your
what
for
they do
meds.
is they have the bag of saline solution, and they also use. Then you have the vials of medicine that have to go into that. And I used to have 8 vials of Remicade mixed in with this liter or so of saline solution, and you just sit there for 2 or 3 hours while that gets absorbed into your blood system.
If you've ever been in a hospital and you've had, like, say, whatever solution they got just generally for a drip going in you or an IV that's going in you, you'll notice they got a little port up there on the bag. That when it's time for some meds, instead of giving you pills that you may or may not want to swallow or whatever, they would just take a needle and they'll stick it up there in the bag at this little port, and they will put this medicine in it. That's what you're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
And you can do that outpatient. You can do that in offices, in some offices, right?
And some people have a gateway, their body, so
you
that
got a
they
little
can
port
have
hanging out there. They just unplug it and stick a needle in.
You have Kyle calling.
Kyle, we have a question.
Yeah, okay, I've got an answer.
Okay, 7 is the answer.
And I've got a couple of questions as well. So, yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Mr. Wright, and then for you, Mr. Rayford and Ms. Lee.
Yes.
First for you, Mr. Wright. We have Thanksgiving coming up, and that's, an American tradition.
Yes.
Here. Tell me about your background and some celebrations that you guys have had where you grew up that we might not know about, and then associated, and the question goes out for you, Mr. Rayford and Ms. Lee, what's your favorite food to celebrate with?
Okay.
Hmm.
And when you grew up in South Africa and in England, right?
Yeah, and no, we do not have. Well, we didn't when I was living. What happens on October the 30th? What's that?
That's Halloween.
Halloween. We didn't have Halloween. Trick or treating. So, and we didn't have Thanksgiving. So really,
It's an American thing.
Easter and Christmas were the two main celebrations, and of course pancakes.
Pancakes.
Tuesday,
Pancakes.
Shrove Tuesday, on February the 14th. In fact, that's a massive one as well.
That's like Valentine's Day.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
And you have pancakes?
Pancake
Are
day.
they in the shape of a heart?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
a pancake
Just
day,
flat
and then
cakes.
I went to one town in North England, and they have half the town against the other half of the town. They've got this big football, it's bigger than a football. They've got this big ball, and all the people in the town, they're in this. You've got to try to get this ball from the middle of the town to one side, and it's got to go. It's an excuse for drinking. You drink it, all the pubs are open.
Guarantee
and if you get to touch a ball, which I think I managed to do, I can't really remember.
you don't remember? But you did find a pub then, or 7.
A lot of pubs.
Okay, that's what I figured. Kyle, where are
That's
you?
a good fun.
So
And
that
then
was
the
in
law.
Allen.
Kyle, where are you from?
I grew up in Washington State, but I live here. I live out in Southwest.
Okay, here we go, Kyle. Now, I'm going to ask Peter something here. There is a day of mourning for you folks in Great Britain that we celebrate here gleefully and respectfully. It's called the 4th of July.
We don't celebrate that.
Would you like
What we celebrate, which is weird,
It's
is
not celebrated across the pond.
Yeah. Did you like that one, Kyle?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Would you like some tea?
Okay. Now, did you have another question for Peter? Because you've asked Lee and me a question.
No, I just wanted to see what he celebrated, and then the food thing.
Okay.
There's one other one, and that's Guy Fawkes, November the 5th. Guy Fawkes.
November the 5th is Guy Fawkes. What is
Guy
that?
Fawkes. That's the guy that almost blew up the Houses of Parliament. Probably 300 or 400 years ago. He put barrels of explosive underneath the Houses of Parliament.
And you celebrate that?
And we celebrate. We burn his body, an effigy of his body every year.
That's what Chris Miller brought up
Okay,
last
I'm
month.
putting that on my calendar.
Okay, there we go. We
that
can do that
is-
one, Kyle.
And you set off huge amounts of fireworks and have a big party around a big bonfire.
Nice.
So that is
Nice.
really
We got to notify our congressman about that one. So just in case they
Right, right.
they don't get their mess together, we're gonna celebrate our own here, right?
We need to ask
Yep.
Kyle, what's your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Oh my gosh, it's homemade stuffing. It has to be homemade stuffing.
Yes,
yes. and the right way, not the box kind. You can get 4 or 5 kinds of bread and
Now,
get some rye
well,
bread in there.
I heard an argument yesterday on TV. There's a difference between stuffing and dressing.
Oh, yeah,
Dressing
yes.
is done with care. That stuffing comes in a box. And who wants something called stuffing? Now, which is it?
Yeah.
Stuffing or dressing?
Well, I would say I don't know. It's made with care.
Okay, gotcha. It's dressing.
It's the homemade, and you cut up the celery real nice, and
Yes.
carrots and onion and all that,
Onion,
and
yes.
then
Oysters.
If you
Oh,
want.
oysters. Yep.
Okay,
Heck yes.
just checking. Just checking. Okay,
Yes.
sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, Lee, your turn.
Y'all have a great
Wait,
day.
wait.
You want to know what Lee likes for
I
Thanksgiving?
have to agree with Kyle. It's the stuffing. I love the
Dressing.
stuffing. I call it stuffing. It'll always be stuffing in my house.
It's like cardboard.
I
stuffing.
don't put it in the turkey. It doesn't taste any different to call it
Yeah.
dressing. It tastes the same, but that's my favorite.
I hate stuffing.
Well, you're British.
You and my wife are about alike. This is
You're British.
Well, but neither
British.
my mother or my stepmother were good cooks, and stuffing was. We didn't just get it stuffed in a turkey or a chicken. We used to get it quite often as a meal in itself. So
Uh-huh.
I absolutely hate
Filler.
stuffing.
So,
Filler, yeah.
Peter, it was not more, sir, please.
no more.
Oliver.
Well, traditionally, I like a turkey. Okay, that's about the only
Right,
time of the year I
right.
do. I should have it more often because it's 29 cents a pound. Duh.
Yes, I've
That's
got
just-
2 of them.
Well, how do you cook it, Mr. Rayford?
I deep fry mine, or I smoke it. Lately, I haven't smoked it because it takes all night
It
long.
sounds so weird when you say
Okay.
smoke. Well,
I
I'll
can't get a
smoke.
wrapper big enough for it. But no, I like to deep fry it because it's really flavorful, very juicy, and it doesn't take me long to do it. Prep time is about the
Do
same.
you use a peanut oil or a different kind of oil?
I use a
high temp oil.
The high temp oil, 460 degrees is the one that I use.
Mm-hmm.
It does, and I keep the oil below 375. I started out and I put the bird in when it's 375 because that bird is still cold. It's not frozen. No,
Right.
if you do that, you're just called suicide.
Oh, yeah.
And,
That's
but
a bad
anyway,
story.
it's
Wow.
down to as close to room temperature as I can get it when I
Right.
lower it in, but it's still going to be colder than 375 degree oil, so it's going to bubble a lot. But it's, the temperature is going to drop to about 300 for a 12 to 15 pound turkey. And the amount of oil that I use, the temperature will go from 375 to about 335 or 340, and then it comes up. I keep the heat going until I get it to 350, and I back it down.
I'm making my stuffing tonight now.
And then I also love oysters, steamed oysters or roasted oysters, preferably on or close to Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, yeah, oysters are amazing.
Now you got it. All right.
Yes. Thanks, Kyle.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you so much. Have a great Thanksgiving.
You
You
too.
too, Kyle.
We've got Tim Thomas.
Timmy, Donkey Man, here we go.
Man, I'm telling y'all what, Lee, you have disappointed me, y'all.
What?
Uh-oh.
It is not stuffing.
I am not changing.
Buy in a box and add something to it, and you
No,
put it
I
on
make-
food,
I homemade
and I
mine.
wouldn't serve that. I wouldn't serve that to my dog.
I make mine from
Well, yeah,
scratch,
mine-
but I
Well,
grew up
you
in our
make it-
household. We said stuffing, and I'm not changing it
It-
for anyone.
It's dressing. Don't even put the G on it. It's dressing. Dressing. DRESSIN.
Mhm.
Apostrophe if you really want to be proper. But it's dressing. And if you really want that dress to taste fantastic, get you some stuffed clown oysters.
There you
and
go.
Put it in.
There you go.
so there's another oyster fan.
We
Okay.
put that in the.
Oh my.
We put that in the dressing.
I think that must be because we're living on the coast here. Because
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
It'll make your babies be more naked. I'm telling you.
Well, I tell you what, they
It's just fantastic.
That's somebody broke in on you there, good buddy.
Good buddy. Lord have mercy.
I know what a good buddy
Good buddy.
is.
You don't. Good buddy.
Yes, I
Don't
do.
call me no good buddy.
Well, if you talk sweet, I will.
You've been listening to C.W. McCall too much. We don't say good buddy. I can't tell you what a good buddy really means.
Oh, I can. Right in the loafers.
It's either good neighbor or big buddy.
Breaker 19, you got a Smoky up there on
Yep.
exit 64.
Yeah, I just passed. He's sitting in the middle of.
Sound like that song.
Damn it.
No, I just
Yeah.
sit back in here and listen. So I had to pick on you immediately. I know. We had that
That's okay.
discussion time before.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, she lost then too.
I did not lose. I have not lost anything. It's not
Yeah,
right.
you
It's
did.
not wrong.
She
It's your
Yeah, you
preference.
Well, do I have to bring out the donkey man tradition talking about the difference between ribs and steak again?
No, not this time.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah, well, like I said that a long time ago. Good
Oh.
Lord made Adam in his own image. He took a rib out of Adam and made Eve. And when you go to the grocery store, you can always know that men are superior to women because ribs are cheaper than steak. Well, it's a known fact. So remember that.
Oh, she's frowning. Bad.
What? No, I'm sorry. I
She's
just saw
ignoring
something.
you. She's trying to ignore
Something
you.
just came up on my screen here. I'm
All
sorry.
right, Timmy. It was a rib that popped up on her computer. Talk to you later, Timmy.
Well, Lee, you know I love you. Baby.
I know you
See y'all
do.
Friday.
No, he doesn't, Lee. He's lying.
Mhm.
All right.
Later, be good, bud.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Right.
Well, here we go. Let's go to chat GPT. It is not wrong to say stuffing instead of dressing. The terms are often used interchangeably,
That's AI
especially in the context of Thanksgiving dishes. Stuffing typically refers to a mixture of breads, herbs, and seasonings that are stuffed into the cavity of a turkey as it cooks. Dressing, on the other hand, is often made with cornbread and is typically based in a casserole dish. Regional difference play a significant role in how these terms are used.
Yeah.
What region of the world are you from? Because you're wrong.
I am not
Look at the
wrong,
box.
Reverend.
Look at that box in the store that says
I don't buy
something
box stuffing.
stove top, and it's underneath stove top. What does it say? Underneath the word, underneath
says
stove top.
stuffing.
Thank you. Go. I rest my
But
case.
see, I don't buy box stuffing. I
Mhm.
make my own.
Then it's not
And I
stuffing. It's
grew
dressing.
up in a household, we always refer to it as stuffing.
No, it's because
It is not wrong to say stuffing.
because somebody in your family didn't like it, and they said, "Well, just go stuff it."
Oh, I'm sorry, my family was so
Offshore
ignorant.
today, winds out of the south 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet, 4 seconds apart. Sounds and rivers of moderate chop. They're getting to be choppier in here. Wednesday, tomorrow, southwesterly winds 15 to 20 knots, gusts to 25 in the afternoon, 4 to 6 footers. Sounds and rivers again choppy. Thursday, northwesterly winds. This is Thanksgiving Day. 15 to 20, gust to 25 in the morning. Just forget about going fishing offshore. If you want to go later in the afternoon after you fill up on turkey, then you can do so. Just go catch a speckled trout or two and have him for dinner. If you don't want him, bring him to me. I'll take care of it for you. Seas 2 to 4 feet, sounds and rivers choppy.
Today, partly sunny with a high near 74, becoming cloudy. Light and variable wind becoming south 5 to 10 miles per hour in the morning, with winds gusting as high as 17. Tonight, a slight chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a low around 62. Wednesday, a slight chance of showers, partly sunny with a high near 79. Wow. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, low 41. And Thanksgiving Day, sunny with a high near 57.
Donald Trump says his advisors are discussing a proposal to head off sharp increases in health insurance costs for millions of Americans next year. That's one of the stories that's going around today. That was a key issue in the recent government shutdown.
Mhm.
A 2-year extension of Enhanced Affordable Care Act subsidies could be an enticement to get Democrats on board, according to people familiar with the strategy.
Right.
Lawmakers have a mid-December deadline for health care votes promised as a condition of ending the shutdown. The enhanced subsidies are set to expire at the end of the year. Is that anything that I just said there, if it's done, going to have any impact on Medicare this year? for the coming year. I'm talking about.
No, I don't
Okay,
believe
so
so.
it's
Not on Medicare.
everything
No.
for Medicare is carved in stone. For
Yeah.
you other folks out
Yeah.
there dealing with Obamacare and whatever, you might want to pay attention to this. But that's not has got nothing to do with Medicare, because those prices are now pretty well set.
Yeah, those are
Good.
set for the your benefits in your plan. If you got an Advantage plan, for instance, aren't going to change next year.
Okay,
They won't change till the year after.
So everything we've got that now is good to go, right?
Yeah.
There may be some other stuff that you may want to take advantage of if your situation has changed, especially from last year. You have to go through rehab on a regular basis. You may want to double check and see if your Medicare plan will take care of that for this coming year, 2026. I'm talking about, sometimes I say next year and I'm thinking about the year beyond. But for 2026, your Medicare plan is whatever you've got now is going to stay that way as long as you don't make changes, right?
Well, or if you're in the plan and that's continuing, because
Now-
some plans aren't continuing into
Now,
next year.
if
so
I
you have to be careful.
I have till December 7th to do something. However, those of us who are, I'm happy with my plan and I love it. That could be a song. I'm happy with my plan and I love it. Do I have to do anything?
No, then you don't even have to come to see an agent if you're happy with it and you know the plan's going to be in
Okay.
existence next
Okay,
year.
so-
You will have had an annual notice of change that you will have received, what we call an ANOC,
Did I
annual
have to
notice
fill
of
it out?
change. No, you
Okay.
get it in the mail and
I
it
did,
tells you
That's
what is changing from this year to next
what I
year.
got you for.
Yeah.
Amen.
Seriously, you think I can
Amen.
read and understand that crap that this?
Well, it's actually they're not
No,
bad.
you
They'll
can
tell you
understand it. I'm a
specific-
normal person. I'm
Yeah.
not abnormal
Yeah.
like you. You're super normal.
I do like this, Peter. The information comes in the mail. I open it and go, okay.
You open it?
Just to make sure there's no.
I could get a
checks in
paper
there.
cut and need to get stitches.
I just like, I'll ask Peter, because
Yeah.
I
He
tell
doesn't
you,
have. He never cuts me. I never have to go get stitches.
if I had not seen him in Walmart that day, I would have never been. I would have
would
never
still be
known
paying
to
more
do what
money.
I'm doing. Me too. And
I will
getting less.
guarantee you this past year. This is since I've been on this plan. And it doesn't matter what plan I'm on, but since I got on this plan, I probably saved $1,000, I guess, in my co-pays.
Mhm.
To be honest with you, because I've got a bunch of things that I have to deal with.
Yeah.
I probably saved at least $1,000 just in co-pays.
Well-
And I'm not a critically injured or hurt person. I don't have major bills.
Well, let me tell you,
Mhm.
since I switched, I saved $1,200 a year
just from the
just
plan.
in the plan itself, which I've been on there 2 years. So that's $2,400 I have saved out of pocket.
Can I borrow some money?
No. I have to buy
I'll pay you back
stuffing
second
today at the
Tuesday next
store. I don't have any money.
Oh, those big boxes.
Yeah.
You can get some discounts at some of those
I
dollar
don't buy it
stores.
in the box. It's not the same.
Check the
So
expiration date.
if you're a federal retiree, come and see me because at least
That's
just
right.
said, that's
I
what
saved-
she said.
I
If
get
you're a Marine,
$100 back
if you're a
more.
Marine and,
Yeah.
and you're on TRICARE, you're happy with your TRICARE and you
Right.
want to keep it. That's fine. That's
right.
you get
Keep
it. It's doesn't you may get every,
Mhm.
but there may be some other benefits that you're not getting that won't cost you anything if you go see Peter.
Yeah. That's
If you're-
with
if-
any
if-
veteran. Yeah.
Yeah, any veteran. So
Yeah.
if you're doing that, for instance, maybe you don't care. Maybe you say, okay, I can just go to the nearest base and go to the gym anytime. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
If your nearest base is 20 miles, are you willing to drive that? How about 40 miles, 50 miles? Maybe you've got a gym in your neighborhood that you qualify for nothing membership fees.
But as a veteran, you also get money back on your Social Security check.
And that's the other thing. You get
So
some
it
money.
helps
You,
pay the Part B
you, sign-
and it doesn't cost you anything.
you may not want to have to go to all the way to a hospital to get your drugs if you don't
Yeah.
live in Jacksonville. If you live, I don't know, halfway between here and Newbern,
Mhm.
maybe you don't want to drive to Naval Hospital to get your drugs once a month or every
Mhm.
90 days. I don't know if they do 90-day scripts there or not. Do you? I don't know. Whatever. Y'all know. But you know, if you're not doing it by mail order, you may want to give some serious thought to, instead of driving all that distance, unless you need just left to go to the base, 25, 30 miles each way. Maybe you could get it at your drugstore cheaper.
Well, that's if you're on VA. I hope people that are just on VA do that. If they're on TRICARE, then they really want to keep the drug plan of the military. But
Yeah, well, that's fine.
yeah, but
for
you
VA
can still get the money back on your Social Security check, and that is worth doing because that helps pay your Part B.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, and that can be a significant amount.
Sure. Okay. Peter, thank you.
Thank you.
And we will see you
as
next week
always.
after. We'll be on the deadline move next Wednesday.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. It'll be next Wednesday when
Right.
I'm here. Yep. Super.
So if
Well, thank you very much for having me in.
Oh,
Thank
our
you,
pleasure.
guys. Don't blow up your turkeys. Don't go doing anything that's going to prevent you from seeing Peter, because you really should give some serious consideration just to stop by. I know you're going to go to Walmart sooner or later. Okay, there's not many people in town that don't sooner or later. So make
I
it
know, I'm
sooner,
trying to
because
decide.
December 6th is the last date you're going to be there.
Yeah, but you can call me, any time between now and midnight, December the 7th.
252 675 4488 en français.
What would that be? Cinq, deux, trois. What do we say?
No. Six,
Six, sept, cinq.
cinq.
And then what's the lot? Four, quattro.
No,
Oui.
Set.
let me do
Oui.
it. Let me do it. Duh. That's it.
Duh, 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 duh.
That's right.
Yes, and in French or any other language, on your dial, it's going to look the same. 252 675 4488. Unless you're one of the Asian languages, it's going to look the same on your dial. Okay,
Now, you wouldn't know that I'd done French for 8 years, would you?
you lost it.
Bonjour to you.
I've lost a whole lot more than I knew.
My wife
And I
often
didn't know a
asks
whole
me,
lot.
she says, Peter, how do you pronounce this in French? And I just think, why are you asking me this?
En français, pourquoi? And who cares, right?
Well,
Okay,
you
y'all.
can bring home a bottle of wine and turn the lights down low and
Yeah.
speak in French, and
I heard a guy on the radio yesterday on the ham radio. He
Mhm.
gave his name. He said, "My name is Guy." I wasn't talking to him, but if I had been talking to him, I would have said, because he spelled it G-U-I, and I had a guy that came to work for me, and he was French.
Mhm.
He came to work for me as a
Mhm.
photographer in news,
Mhm.
and he called himself Guy de la Rappel. And I said, no. Is that really your first name? He said, well, it's really pronounced Guy. G-U-I is Guy. And I said, you were born with that, with your French parents? Yeah. What did they call you? Guy. I said, well, why are you calling it Guy? He said, because everybody looks at it in this country and says it spells Guy. Well, why don't you call it Guy de la Rappel? It sounds better. And he did. He changed it back to the way it was supposed to be. And if I'd been talking to that guy yesterday, pardon the pun, that gentleman yesterday on the radio, I would have asked him if his name was really Guy or Guy, because I guarantee you it was Guy.
Oh,
They just dumped the French pronunciation. A lot of people do that when they moved here from various countries.
what was your
Yeah.
name before, Peter? What was your name before?
My name before I came, my father wanted to call me Wolfgang.
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 Oh my
Because
gosh.
he said, he's always told me it was Mozart's bicentenary when I was born, 1956.
Yeah, but Wolfgang
I assume
sounds
he's
too
probably
German,
right.
and
So-
that
and he-
England and Germany just did not. do
No,
that.
and he was in the Second World War, so he was.
would not. I
he was
will
just
bet you
trying
that he
to-
was.
Yeah, he didn't.
All right, Peter. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Thank
Thanks.
you,
Be
Peter.
You
safe.
too. Everybody else.
We will
Cheers.
see you next week.
Cheers. Ta-ta.
Cheers. Already sent it.
Thank you.
Mhm.
It's already one and done.
It's already on its way. It's already there.
It's in the
Cheers.
that network thing over here.
Yes.
Is that covered under the Medicare, our network here? Yeah.
It's working, so probably not.
Yeah. Okay. Is there a doctor in the house? Nope.
Excuse me.
Peter's got some good information for you. If you want to drop
Yes.
by and see him today, he'll be there in about an hour and 10 minutes at the Walmart here on Marine Boulevard North. You can go by and have lunch at Golden Corral today too. And now, if you're an old person,
Mm-hmm.
I saw Billy the other night. But if you're an old, I don't tell him that I take advantage of that old person deal because I eat a lot
He
of
wouldn't
food.
expect anything less.
Because I eat a lot of that food
Right.
in the afternoons from 1 until 3. That's
Mhm.
for you folks out there. That's 1300 to 1500 local time. If you stop by, me the way I do it.
Right. Yeah, you go late enough.
I'll go about 2:30.
Mm-hmm.
I pay the old fogey, the cheap deal
No,
for
I
the
want fried
senior,
chicken.
the senior citizens deal at 2:30, and then I'll eat the first helping. Then by that time it's 3:00 when I should be kicked out, but they don't kick you out. I just
They
keep
would
on
not.
eating.
That's
That
right.
way I got my lunch
Mm-hmm.
and I
your
got my
dinner.
dinner. And generally by the time I get to the dessert, I've got my snack for the evening. And then I come home and take a nap
Mhm.
until the next morning. So
I can
that's the way I
understand
do
that.
it with the. And Billy, I hope you're not listening because I don't want you to take that plan away. It's a great plan, Monday through Fridays,
He
by
would
the
never
way.
do. I'm gonna tell you something about the souls.
Some of us old people, we need to save every dollar we can
Right.
because I can spend it on something else in a heartbeat, like power
They
company.
do so much for this community, and it's like I'm helping with a Christmas party that's coming up soon, and
Yeah, for the ham radio Christmas party, we got a book too.
asked, hey, how about a discount? And was given a discount.
Mhm.
And I mean, he does things like that for organizations and people. Such a guy,
he
such
is.
a great guy.
Community spirit all the way, and he's out there on the sidelines running
Mhm.
he's part of the chain gang.
Chain gang.
Remember back
Yeah.
in the days when they had chain gang, were sentenced to work along the roads. Well, his chain
don't
gang,
see
he
that
got
much.
sentenced to work along the sidelines at the Jacksonville High games.
Yes, right along with his son.
He helps carry that chain up and down the field.
Yes, and he does a good job. Now, if
Mhm.
you could just move it a little bit more till we get that first down.
Yeah, we got to make sure we
we
get that
won't
first
tell.
down.
We
I
won't
won't tell what. There you go.
Tell what?
We
No, what?
we don't know nothing about nothing.
Hey, I found this crazy story. We were talking
Okay.
about drugs earlier. This just came out. This man, 30-year-old Austin Seibert of Maumee, southwest of Toledo
Of
in
where?
Ohio. Maumee. It's kind of a strange name. He's been convicted of spraying with books, the pages of
Oh,
books
really?
with narcotics, and then shipping them, that's Jennifer, to Grafton Correctional Institution disguised as an Amazon order. Guess what book he used? The Vice President J.D. Vance's memoir, Hillbilly Elegy, the story that he wrote, which was a New York Times bestseller. He used that book, sprayed the pages with narcotics, and shipped them to inmates. Is that dumb?
Stupid is as stupid
Do as
does.
stupid does.
Good morning, Jennifer. How are you?
Hey, Jennifer.
Oh, I'm all right. Sitting here waiting on a stupid Blue Cross and Blue Shield visit that I couldn't ever get them talked out of. So.
Well, it's good for you, and it saves you money.
It's stupid.
It's
Oh,
good
is that where
for
they
you.
come to your
now,
home?
okay. I told these people. Now, I have argued with them, and I finally just gave up. I finally just, and I told her, I said, if I go ahead and say, yeah, come on, will y'all leave me alone?
Yeah.
Will this be it?
Jennifer, can you listen here for just a minute?
Yeah.
All right, hold on just a second. Hello, can I help you? Hello, can I help you? Anybody there? Going once? Going twice? Third time and they're a loser. That's another one of those calls that I get every day.
So
That's 2 on the air this morning.
Wow.
Okay, now so they come and they ask you some. They want. What do they want to know when they come by?
They want to come out here and go over Terry's medication and check his vitals and blah blah blah. And I told her, I said, ma'am, my husband goes to his regularly scheduled doctor's appointments, you know, like every quarter.
Yep.
Well, if there's something that he, that there might be something that he wants to address to us that he has forgotten to talk to the, and I told her, I said, but that isn't the case with us. And I guess what irritates me, I know it's not going to cost us anything.
Yep.
It's got us tied down between the hours of 8 and 12 today. Kind of like Spectrum. They'll be here between 8 and 12. But to me, it is such a waste of money.
I agree.
I told her no.
All right.
So why not? We do not need it.
Yeah.
We live just about a mile and a quarter from the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
We have a good relationship with his primary care.
Mm-hmm.
We do not need this. Utilize, say, okay, well, we can check these people off. Now let's go to a shut-in person that doesn't have any family, that doesn't get to the doctor that often, has to take a cat's bus or something, get transport to take them. Let's go make that home visit. But no. And the sad thing about it, they'll know for a year. Right after the first year, they're going.
Yeah. Here's the thing, and to be because I get to play this one on a regular basis. I don't want it for me. My wife does. Okay. And there are some things that come up with her, and she's healthier than I am. But she doesn't do like I do sometimes. And I don't do like I should do sometimes. I mean, I'll get home and then I start complaining after I see my doctor every quarter. I see my primary physician every quarter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I get over there. I forget to take a list of stuff that ails me, things that are irritating me, little things that I've got that, because when I'm there, that white coat syndrome applies. It applies to me and it applies to a lot of folks out there. I have come to learn we are feeling the healthiest you have ever seen in your life when I go see a white coat clad young lady or doctor, male. I don't have anything wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with me, but when I get home, everything hurts.
What bothers me is when, and now trust me, we've had one of these visits before. Nearest nothing that I have ever, I sat here and I thought, really, lady?
Yeah,
really?
Well, you are probably, you're going to be one of the unusual. I don't want to say abnormal, but it is going to be. We're all abnormal in this family, but you're going to be one of the more unusual individuals. There are not that many like you, and there are none like me. Thank God. But we know what we need, and we have, a network of individuals, whether it's doctors, or, family or whatever. I mean, my grandbaby last night stopped and got mad when she found out I was up the top of a 10-foot ladder taking pictures yesterday. So that made her mad. So I've got a network of people that are going to bug the crap out of me right here. I don't need anybody else coming in, you don't understand. But there are people out there, like you say, there are shut-ins, and yes, they probably need to spend a lot of time with them. There are people that don't even see other people. They might not have anybody in their town.
Right.
In this town, we have a lot of military dependents, and they probably need a lot of attention, a lot of hand-holding. So
I just see a lot of waste.
Well,
it's
again,
like
you're the exception.
When you get your EOB in the mail, and you open that thing up, explanation of benefits, EOB.
You think I can understand that?
From your insurance. Okay, well, I'm sorry. But anywho,
My wife
There is
understands
a
it, and she
whole
understands, and she looks at
page.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole page of different languages.
Yep.
Then there's a blank page. And then, all of this stuff. And I think, how much waste
Right.
is that? I don't know. Maybe I should have been ahead of Doge. I could have cut some of that crap out.
Well,
But
Jennifer,
what
here, let me go back to you for just that. It is cheaper to print everything at one time than it is to go through and sort. Ask Lee. Talk about sorting. Sorting is a very expensive process at the post office just to sort out for one zip code. To do all of that, it would be cheaper to send every piece of mail to one location and have people come pick it up than it would be to send out all these letter carriers and to decide who gets what and what. It would be cheaper if you had one location like they used to have where everybody came to the post office. And that was it. Duh.
Well, I mean,
or the general store in the neighborhood that activates the post office.
It's like, okay, so Terry takes insulin. He gets 2 shots a day,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the pens. His insulin is called Toujeo. We get a letter from Blue Cross and Blue Shield that says that his insulin, and has this great big long word, is no longer going to be covered under his plan.
Uh-huh.
But it can be substituted with Toujeo. And I think, you stupid people, he's been taking Toujeo. I give him the shot twice a day. For over a year, he's been on Toujeo. But now all of a sudden, you're saying that, and so that's my thing. Yesterday, now he uses insulin. He uses pens. You have to have a prescription for your insulin.
Yeah.
You would think that there would be somebody smart enough to know that to get the insulin out of that pen into his body, I need a needle. You would think that the needles would automatically come with the insulin. But no contraire. You have to have a separate prescription for the needles, for crying out loud. And then they don't coincide. So you're going to run out of refills on one before you do the other. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, it kicked back. We got to have a prior authorization. And I'm thinking, what do they expect me to do? You've got to have the needle, which I got them. That's no problem. But there's people sitting behind a desk making decisions for people's lives, and they really don't know what they're talking about.
Chances are there's not a person involved in this. Chances are it's AI generated stuff from a computer.
If we could get the DMV to work that way.
More than likely.
No.
But you would just think that things could be easier. But what I originally, when I was calling, I didn't realize Peter Ryan had come in, and I went ahead and hung up. But you were talking about the whole, the ones getting on there and doing a little commercial and stuff, that to refuse illegal orders and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And that's what I was calling. And there's only... There's a 5-letter word that fits all of this. And it starts with a T and ends with a P. It's Trump. Nobody had a problem with Obama doing the drone strikes and taking people out. There was no problem. Nothing was said. But nothing was said when they had cages down at the border with people in them, with children in them, and sending people back across. Nothing was said because it was not Donald Trump. That's what it all boils down to, and that's just my say on the political spectrum of it this
I
morning.
agree.
But
Okay.
but anywho,
Y'all
have a great
all
day.
right, we've still got tomorrow here before Thanksgiving. So
Right.
you didn't hang up, did you? No.
No, I'm
Okay,
here.
because tomorrow I've still got a question that I want to ask you, but we're out and people are gone. So I want to ask you tomorrow if you've got a chance to call in the morning about this.
Okay.
These kids. The suits has been filed on 4 families in U.S. court, the federal court, because out of Denver, a school district sent students on a field trip to Philadelphia and Washington in the summer of 2023, was it? A couple of years ago.
That's what you said.
And their daughter was 11 years old. So they put 4 girls in this one bedroom, right? A hotel room. 3 of them were from the same school. 1 of them was from a different school in that district.
Mhm.
So they each had to share a bed. Okay. 2 of them in one bed, 2 on another bed. Got it? No problem.
Okay.
11 years old, 5th graders. Just graduated, who got out of the 5th grade. Getting ready for bed, find out that the girl from the other school was not a girl. It was a biological male who was identifying as a girl. And
In the 5th grade.
in the 5th grade, and was going to be sleeping in the same bed with this 11-year-old girl.
Yeah.
And of course, she had a meltdown, hissy fit. Me, I'd have thrown her out the window, thrown him out the window, but that's okay. But now there's a suit about that. I wanted your take on it tomorrow if you get a chance to think about it just a little bit. Now,
I'll try to do some research into it.
the school,
I didn't hear that.
the school is in Jefferson County. I think it's Jefferson County School District or school system in Colorado, near Denver. And their policy is somebody identifying as a person of the opposite sex can share rooms or sleeping quarters or other arrangements, including bathrooms, with anybody else. Think about it for a little while.
Crazy.
I want some Tennessee thoughts tomorrow, okay?
Okay. All right.
See you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye. Okay, we got to go. We're late again.
Yes,
I'm
we're
staying late.
But tomorrow,
Tomorrow we've got
tune in. We have Tommy Yop. He is a minister. He runs the H2O Ministries. It's a homeless outreach and an addiction recovery ministry, helping people in our area. And I think it's going to be a great interview.
H2O
Yes.
is water. So I'm interested in how they came up with that name.
That's the way I'm reading it, H2O, but it could be H20. I don't know. He'll explain it to us tomorrow.
That's what we'll see tomorrow. I think it's H2O.
Yes.
That's Sneeze Ferry, I believe, right?
Right.
So that would-
It
that
makes
would stand
sense,
to reason,
H2O,
but I
doesn't
just
it?
want to know. I've
Yes.
got an inquiring mind. What's
Right.
left of it? We will see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, and it should be nice tomorrow. It's going to be a little cooler.
Yeah, it's going to be
It's going to be we're going to reach a cooler time, but we got a couple of warm days. Thanksgiving Day is going to be okay too.
Right.
See you in the morning. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Be safe. You're live in local Real Talk, where we're always awake and never woke. Bye now.